What's going on? Mike here, got another video. YouTube, what's going on? Back again. How's everybody doing this week? Hope everybody is, back at it. All my people out in Texas, back at it, I got some guys out there. Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all doing good. Up and running, and SATX. TC. What's up, girl? So yeah, I just wanted to say in my last video, I'm gonna start trying to post more videos like that, as far as me installing parts. I'm in customers' homes, so I don't want to just, customers feel like they can come and talk to me and stuff like that, and I don't want to put them all uncomfortable that, hey, I'm recording a video, so I'm not going to do that. But if it so happens where it comes out like that, where you guys just monitoring me or watching me putting in video, installing a part, and the customer is just what happens to walk in and, whatever. So yeah, hopefully you guys like that. And for those who are questioning, you can do that same style with LG and Samsung. I've done it, and GE, and Frigidaire. I don't really have to take off a panel at all. There's only a few that you have to necessarily do, like Samsung. They have one where the actual bellow goes to an attachment, and you got to take off the panel to do that. But most of them are like that. I haven't took a panel off in years when it comes to changing the bellow. Except for Bosch, but I do those every so often, so they're not common. So yeah, for those who think that it's just Whirlpool is easy like that, no, you can do that. The same style I'm doing, if you watch how I did it, that applies to all. Yeah, some of them are closer where you don't have enough room from the counterweight to the actual lip, but you can do it. There's ways to do it. All you got to do is just get the inside lip in first, and then you can pop the outer. This is little tips and tricks, maybe one day I'll probably be more in depth with it, but there should be several videos where you can get that information. But on another note, February is about to be over. The month wasn't so bad as what I thought it was. It was actually pretty busy. I just didn't expect it to be as what it was, or I expected it to be like how it was last year, I guess. And I have to remember last year, COVID was just happening, and crazy how the world can change just like that within a year. So yeah, back at it. I got 7 calls today. I'm actually headed to Marcone right now to pick up some parts. I gotta pick up a damper for a GE fridge. I gotta pick up a motor control board for a Whirlpool washer, and I think that's it. I think all the rest of the calls are new calls, so you know how that goes. And just trying to get to the money like always. So nothing new really coming up this week. I did want to share something with you guys that I usually don't share on this channel, but I do have another YouTube channel where I ride my bike, do moto vlogs and stuff like that. If you guys want to check that out, it's Mike Check Moto. Just something different, to look at. When it comes to appliance repair, like I always say, there's only so much you can, talk about, because, me personally, I don't have to convince anybody that this is a money-making business. It just is what it is, you can get into it, you can make great money, you can make okay money, you can make on the low end if you don't do that much. It all depends on how much jobs you run throughout the week, and that just goes to show, if you want it, if you want to make 6 figures, then yeah, you can definitely do it. You just got to work your butt off. That's just how that goes. But, to each his own, to each his own. A lot of times, life is not all about the money. It's about the quality of life and how much, you actually need to live. Everybody's needs are different. I necessarily don't need that much to live, but there are some things that, when you work hard, you want to reward yourself with. And, I tend to ride motorcycles in my spare time. So amongst other things, but you know, those are one of the things I do. But yeah, I tried calling Marcone this morning to get my parts. It says I'm number 4 in line. I'm like, I didn't want to sit on hold the whole drive there by the time I get there. But usually when I pull up and they see me through the window, they just bring my parts out. I just have to add another part onto my order. So, you know. But one thing I want to touch on before I end this video, because I didn't want to make it real long, is don't overthink. And this shout out to my homie, you know who you are. And he hit me up for some help on Appliance, was it yesterday, Sunday? And I was just like, and I typically don't, like once the weekend's there, once actually after I'm done working, I cut off appliance repair. Like it's off. It's off. I don't do any studying or research on yeah, it's off. You know, that's just honest truth. I cut appliance repair off. I've been doing this so long, it's like, you know, I've had my times, my years when I just had it on my brain all the time, you know. Nowadays it's just like, cut it off. So, but, you know, don't overthink when you're going into a repair, pretty much, you know. He was giving me his scenario, what was going on, and I just told him to stick to the basics. Like, did you go by the order of operations? All right, it's not cooling. What did you do? Did you open the door? Did you verify both, you know, depending on what type of fridge, but did you verify the fan is working? Did you verify the condenser fan is working? You know, did you see a frost pattern on the evaporator? Did you check the compressor? See if it's warm, check the compressor coil, see if it's above 100 degrees or just at least not at room temperature, you know. So those are the things that you have to go through. You know, I just say on a general note with most models. Now, every model is different, you know, depending on what you're looking at, you know, because if it was a twin cooling type of system or is it the dual evaporator, then, you know, extra steps involved with that. But that just goes to, for every appliance, dryer not heating or fridge or washer not spinning, or, you know, there's certain things to look for, you know. And when you're saying it's not cooling, and he sent me a picture of the evaporator with a pretty good frost pattern, I'm like, you know, just get, you know, and he was thinking of a defrost issue, but I'm like, if it's a defrost issue, the first thing you're gonna see with any defrost issue, usually, depending on the model, but usually, there's gonna be some frost buildup. Because by that time customer call you, they don't know what's going on, or they don't even pay attention to that frost buildup sometimes, depending on the customer. So, or if they see it, they're like, oh, I didn't notice that. I can't tell you how many times where I got there and they didn't know, especially in side-by-side units, and some top mount units, because, you know, and some bottom mount units too, because people don't see toward the back. You know, some people just don't investigate. So pretty much every type of fridge, sometimes people don't understand that, you know, or not understand, I'm sorry, they don't see that they have a frost buildup issue. So, but like I said, and it's like when he got back to the basics, he was like, oh, okay, let me check this, let me check that, you know, just going through. I will say one thing with certain, I'll say especially with GE, side-by-side fridges that have the thermistors or the temp sensors, I'll just say this, in most cases, they're not gonna be correlated with a no-cool issue. They're usually with an issue where it's not cooling properly, or let's just say that. So depending on what the issue is, or erratic cooling, like it'll cool this day or not cool, or, you know, then I would think, you know, it might be a temp sensor or whatnot, or whatever the case may be. But I'm not gonna go to those if it's just a no cool issue. So, you know, stick with the remember the fundamentals of every appliance whenever you're going to it, and just make it simple, you know, make it simple, make it make sense. Don't overthink. What makes this work? What makes that work? Why is this not working? All right, if I think it's a fan motor, let me verify that. You know, never guess out there. You can always think that of what it is and then check it, you know. If you think it's a fan not turning, all right, check to see if it's getting power. You know, most GE side-by-sides, they're DC fans, so you just have to, you know, the newer ones, so you just have to check in DC what are you getting, 13 volts, or, you know, whatever the range is, you know. So yeah, just don't overthink. a lot of people, when they get into the house, or before they get into the house, they'll be up on game with their pre-diagnosis, and then when they get into the house, it's like blank. You know what I mean? They draw a blank, and I get it. I understand. It's gonna be a while before it's like everything is just fully grasp it, especially for the new people. You know, for the old guys that's been doing it, you probably don't even be watching appliance repair stuff that much. You know, you might happen to catch it just to keep your you know mind on the prize, or just in business. Like, I watch some appliance repair stuff here and there. Really, it's just to show support to people's channels for the most part, but you know, you have your moods when you want to watch it and when you don't want to watch it. So, but that's just how it goes. You know, as us technicians that are running daily routes, and you know, a lot of things, you know, I should make a video on the craziest things that I've seen, and I should put pictures in there too, like seeing accidents. I mean, I've seen so many accidents. I've seen cars be on fire. I've seen you know, driving behind somebody, and I've, you know, seen an accident happen right before your eyes, like several times. You know, I've seen that. You know, I want to say, and don't quote me on this, but I want to say 75% of what I do is driving. You know, for the most part, driving to the next call, being in this van is what I do most of the day. You know, when I'm working, but you know, I don't work that long, honestly. You know, I work usually 6 hours a day, and I can do 7 calls with that in that time frame. So, and that's the most. You know, usually once I start 8, I can be home by 12, do 5-6 calls. You know, if I want to, and then I have the whole rest of the day to do other things. You know, being in the stock market, and or just finding other ways to build my portfolio. You know, build wealth pretty much. So, but you know, or I can just add on more jobs and work the rest of the day. But I tend to not do more than, you know, 7-8 calls in a day anymore. Like, that's over with. That's for the new people and the younger guys, man. You eat up them calls, man. 10 calls, you know, eat those calls up. For me, I'm trying to find my next move eventually. But appliance repair is a very lucrative business. It's the more time you're in the business, it builds greatly, especially if you do good work. It's gonna build. There's nothing you can do about that, you know. So, you know, that's pretty much it. But I'm about to pull up at Marcone right now, get these parts. I just gotta call them and see what's going on. I bet this thing is gonna be indefinite with how we're getting parts from these part stores. And like I said, my Marcone has turned into a wholesale only. They definitely don't appeal to the public anymore. You definitely got to order for them to ship it to you. So, you know, I don't know how it is down south for Encompass or Reliable Parts or those other part stores. I only know, you know, where I'm at and what I'm doing and what's going on. So, yep, here we are pulling up now. You guys take it easy. Have a great week. And if I can, I will be posting up videos of me diagnosing stuff. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, not diagnosing, I'm sorry, installing parts. So it all depends on where I'm at or on what I'm doing. But you guys take it easy. Have a good one.